It is another Thursday. The Gen Z will call it a Throwback Thursday or TBT, but here on TV47, we continue to keep it real time for you. Good afternoon and welcome to News Now, right here on TV47, the home of untold stories. I am George Maringa and we have a lot lined up for you, including developing stories coming to our newsrooms. But here is a sneak peek of what's making headlines. Among the top stories, reactions continue to come after yesterday's cabinet nomination shocker.
Kuna watu wangeka hapo wenye wanafaa. Hatujasema ati akina Njau walifanya kazi nzuri ama mbaya. So walifanya kazi nzuri but wameretire already kwa serikali. So mbona hawarudishe hao?
Trouble in the opposition party ODM as several leaders come out to heavily criticize the move by senior members of the party to accept the nominations to cabinet by the president. And changes galore for the police service as the president nominates a new inspector general of the police service in a raft of changes to the top leadership of the service at a time when the rank and file of the police are expected to receive a significant pay rise.
Through the budget committee, to the cries of our security officers, and we have input Kenya shillings, 3.5 billion Kenya shillings for enhancement of salaries for our security officers, Honorable Speaker.
We thank you for choosing TV47 to inform you. Azimio coalition leaders Kalonzo Musyoka, Jeremiah Kioni and Eugene Wamalwa have criticized President William Ruto for weakening the opposition by nominating ODM members to his administration. The leaders, who were flanked by their allies, spoke at the Kalonzo Musyoka Command Center, where they said they will not accept any offers to join government.
As Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya Coalition Party, we note that Ruto has nominated the top leadership of one of our constituent parties, ODM, to his cabinet. With this move, he has attempted to destroy multi-party democracy and seize control of the parliamentary system. Additionally, Ruto is working to silence the voices of the opposition, both inside and outside of Parliament. Ruto's continued cannibalization of political parties. He's done this to Jubilee in the past. He's now doing it to ODM. Goes against the letter and spirit of the Constitution of Kenya. It also offends the NADICO report, the National Dialogue Committee report. We believe that Ruto is an existential threat to our democracy and must be resisted, even as we say Ruto must go. Kenyans desire genuine reforms.
President William Ruto has nominated Douglas Kanja as the new Inspector General of Police and 2 Deputy Inspector General. Kanja has had at least 4 decades spanning in the law enforcement. He also served in the General Service Unit as a commandant for a period of at least 5 years and the Deputy Commandant for a period of 3 years. Previously, he also served as the County Commander in charge of Kilifi County, Deputy Commandant of the Airports Police Unit, Chief Armourer at the Police Headquarters. Pending the approval of Kanja as the new IG by Parliament, Mr. Masengeli will be holding the position of the acting IG. The appointment has been made after former Inspector General of Police Japhet Koome resigned from his position. This comes as demonstrations continue across different parts of the country. Bungoma County Gen Z youths have petitioned the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission EACC Bungoma branch and the DCI to be responsible for investigating the use of public funds. Speaking after submitting their queries to the Western Region EACC manager Christine Natome, the youth have urged an urgent call for action against Governor Lusaka for gross management and corruption. On Friday last week, the county governor Ken Lusaka acknowledged that his government allocated 25 million Kenya shillings for the beautification of Bungoma town ahead of Madaraka Day, which was held in the county on the 1st of June this year.
Sisi kama vijana wa Bungoma tuna ghadhabu kubwa sana. Ndio sababu tumejitokeza kuchukua hatua ya kuja kujiwakilisha katika ofisi za ufisadi na maadili, na tumepokelewa vyema, ambapo tumewakilisha ripoti yetu tukilalamikia matumizi mabaya ya fedha katika kaunti ya Bungoma. Jambo ambalo tumesisitiza mno ni matumizi haswa ya fedha ambazo zilitengwa kwa sababu ya siku ya Madaraka, ambapo tunaona kama karibu milioni 25 inatumika kupamba jiji peke yake. Hili ni jambo la kughadhabisha kwa sababu wakazi wa Bungoma hawana maji, vijana wa Bungoma hawana kazi, na kuna mambo ambayo ni ya muhimu ambayo gavana ameyapuuza, kama vile alivyotupilia mbali fedha za kuwasaidia watoto ambao wasiojiweza kwenda katika shule za upili, na hapa anakuja kuweka milioni za pesa kwenda katika beautify the city. We are outraged as the youth of this county, and we demand action, we demand accountability, and we demand that those who have been involved in what has happened in cooking up of the books in Bungoma County must be brought to book.
We are very tired. We are unemployed.
Yes.
And we are trying to employ ourselves, but even employing ourselves, it is becoming very hard, because as one of our complaints to the EACC and the DCI offices is the BAMBA systems, which we are supposed to pay fines, we are supposed to pay the tax, the licenses and the permits. It has so many loopholes. It's
not even actually functioning.
Yeah, it's not functioning. And if I may inform the people of Kenya that they have already conducted an investigation which was finished in 2021, and we are sad to tell people that the investigation has already been done, but no action has already been taken. Now it is very sad that for girls, for you to get a job at the county office, for you to get a job in the government, you can bear me witness, you have to either sleep with them or either pay for that job. So
President William Ruto has appointed key figures in the Orange Democratic Movement Party, ODM, effectively crippling a party which has in the last few days and weeks displayed not quite a united front. The appointment of the 4 ODM bigwigs means that they will ultimately have to resign, even as reports indicate that ODM leader Raila Odinga will ultimately resign from his party leadership role upon official submission of his candidacy to the AU Commission.
It has been said in politics it's all about interests, and the Kenyan political scene has been one very interesting playfield. The Orange Democratic Movement Party, ODM, stems its roots during the 2005 Kenyan constitutional referendum campaign. In fact, one of its founding members is Kenya's President William Ruto, who was then Eldoret North Member of Parliament. Others included Musalia Mudavadi and Raila Odinga. Fast forward to 2024, and they seem to have a reunion of sorts. Initially, the Kenya Kwanza government had vowed not to work with the opposition.
Waliletea fujo Moi mpaka wakapata cooperation. Wakakuja wakasumbua Kibaki mpaka wakachukua nusu mkate. Wamekuja wakazungusha Uhuru hapo mpaka wakaenda na handshake, program yetu ikapotea, BBI ikaendelea, tukazama, tukaingia kwa madeni. Sasa mimi nimewaambia hii serikali mimi nawaambia hii serikali ni ya mahasla. Hakuna nusu mkate, hakuna handshake, hakuna hiyo borojo. Hawa wananchi walimaliza kazi ya viongozi tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8, wakagawa viti yote.
Chie mimi. Hiyo mniwachie. Kazi ya kuchunga rais mimi niko hapo. Hiyo watu wakijaribu kukaribia State House nimeweka mitego kila njia wanaweza pitia, hakuna pahali wanaweza pitia. Kwa hivyo nyinyi msikuwe na wasiwasi. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka niseme asanti kwa ile maombi mlitupatia.
But it was the show of unity at the KICC initiating the talks that placed the ODM party and the ruling UDA's tense dalliance into a coalition course, with the former reaping big after 4 of its bigwigs got nominated for cabinet. Reaping big from the National Assembly is Ugunja constituency MP Opiyo Wandayi, who also doubles up as minority leader, as well as John Mbadi. Two-term governors Ali Hassan Joho and Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya, who serve as deputy party leaders, equally heading to the capital Nairobi to join the cabinet. However, Article 152, Section 3 of the Constitution states that a cabinet secretary shall not be a member of parliament. This therefore means that Opiyo Wandayi and John Mbadi will have to resign. Ali Hassan Joho and Wycliffe Oparanya, on the other hand, will have to relinquish their leadership responsibilities at ODM. After all, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi had to do the same once he was appointed into cabinet. ODM leader Raila Odinga may also have to follow suit once the AUC chairmanship ball sets rolling. Pundits have viewed this as a move to disintegrate a party which has proved its salt in the opposition wing. In the last few days and weeks, the ODM party has witnessed its fair share of wrangles and infighting, with Secretary General Edwin Sifuna releasing a statement on Tuesday evening that the party was not going to engage with the government, a statement that was vehemently opposed by members such as Homa Bay Town MP Peter Kaluma. With 4 of its bigwigs entering the corridors of power, eyes will be on how the new broad-based government operates moving forward as the ODM party seeks to chart a new path. George Maringa, TV47, Nairobi.
Now, the Honorable Justice Linus Pohun Kassan has issued orders to stop discussion of the impeachment motion against Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza by the County Assembly, following Mwangaza going to court to petition the Meru County Assembly to stop the impeachment motion. Justice Kassan gave orders to halt the process until Monday 29th, when he will give further direction. Some of the MCAs called on their colleagues to do away with impeachment of the governor, that is Kawira Mwangaza, for the benefit of the Meru people.
As a group which are really concerned with the dialogue, for people to sit down and dialogue, we are saying that it is the high time people put the differences aside and come together to dialogue for the sake of the common mwananchi of Meru. We know that a lot has been happening as far as dialogue is concerned.
Sisi hatukuwa tuna support impeachment. Na hata saa hii tunasimama kidete tuseme kwamba Meru haihitaji impeachment, ile kitu inahitaji ni dialogue. Kwa sababu sile tunaenda impeachment, mwananchi wa kawaida ndiye anaumia. Tumepoteza miaka 2. Mwananchi wa kawaida hajaweza kupata service ambayo ni ya muhimu, na hii impeachment inakuja wakati tumeanza kupitisha budget. And we waste a lot of time kwa kupigana bandala ya kukaa chini na kuongea na kusikizana.
Tumekuja sisi tukaingia bunge, ila speaker wa County Assembly ya Meru ametujulisha ya kwamba hatuwezi endelea na huo mswada, sababu koti ya Meru, High Court ya Meru jana jioni iliweza kusema ya kwamba huo mswada usimamishwe hadi siku ya Jumatatu, ambapo ndio koti itaweza kuamua kutoa uamuzi wa ile petition ilipelekwa huko.
The National Assembly Budget and Appropriations Committee has proposed several budget cuts for the first supplementary estimates for the financial year 2024-2025. Chaired by Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro, the committee proposed a reduction of 3.2 billion shillings from the planned recruitment of a total of 2,862 police officers. Nyoro, however, highlighted that the NPS will have an additional 3.5 billion shillings to enhance wages for police officers. The committee also proposed changes in the National Police Service, including an increase of 20 million shillings for the security operation at the headquarters, 80 million shillings addition for the enhancing operation at the Directorate of Criminal Investigations headquarters, and a 35 million shillings increase for public participation projects.
Honorable Speaker, there was a Maraga task force, Honorable Speaker, that went around the country to look at the situation of our security officers. Security officers are our brothers and sisters, but they continue to live in a manner, Honorable Speaker, that is subhuman. One, because as we know, they don't have a voice, they don't have a union. Honorable Speaker, this House has listened through the Budget Committee to the cries of our security officers, and we have input Kenya shillings, 3.5 billion Kenya shillings for enhancement of salaries for our security officers, Honorable Speaker, in line with the Maraga task force. Second thing, we have provided money for coffee, Cheriford, Kenya shillings, 3 billion. And Honorable Speaker, we have also provided monies, 2 billion, to start paying the coffee debts owed to coffee farmers, Honorable Speaker, and coffee societies. Honorable Speaker, we have provided monies for sugar reforms, which we continue, Honorable Speaker, to provide for us to continue supporting our sugar cane farmers.
Retired officers of the Kenya Defence Forces KDF under the umbrella of Kenya Veterans for Peace have volunteered to support their fellow retirees and the families of officers who died while serving in Kisumu County. Nelson Sachere, the director of the group, explained that they are targeting all regions and are also drilling several boreholes to contribute to food security in the country. During the event, they contributed various food items to 150 families to help them during these difficult economic times. Additionally, the beneficiaries, mostly widows of fallen soldiers, have requested the government to review the current 5-year period in which they receive pension funds, stating that this duration is insufficient given the service their husbands provided.
Just appreciate the work veterans have worked for the Kenyans before. And if you look at the elders when they retire from service, some of them live in very deplorable means, very poor standards of life. It doesn't promote the dignity of a military officer. So when we formed this insurance 19 years ago, one thing that we focused on mostly is to see that we are working with the welfare. Today we are here in Kisumu County to give food to at least 150 families.
The Defence Forces Act, which came into effect a few years ago, in 2020 to be precise, June, after having been signed by President Uhuru Kenyatta, has addressed numerous issues, among them widows, and of course the health of veterans. What remains now is coordination, actualization of those things contained in the act.
Mzee wangu alikuwa kwa unit ya Signal Kawa Garrison, alifanya kwa miaka nyingi, na mimi ninaomba serikali yetu. Imagine bwanangu aliretire mwaka wa 2003, akaaga 2005. Ni miaka 2 tu alikula mshahara zake za retirement pension. Sasa hizo pension zote zimeenda wapi? Mimi nikakula miaka 5.
A new national survey carried by Precision Analytics Kenya on leadership and performance on parastatals revealed challenges faced including compliance with regulatory requirements, lack of sufficient funding, political interference, online and offline threats and attacks to parastatals. Kenya Rural Roads Authority KERA ranked as the best performing parastatal, with the Kenya Railways as the most improved in performance ratings, while the Kenya Airports Authority and the Kenya Wildlife Service being worst performing.
The survey was conducted from May 6th to July 1st this year, 2024. and included responses from Director Generals of various parastatals, the public, and government agencies. The parastatal surveyed operated at local, national, and international levels, with a significant proportion engaged in national levels activities, whereby the at national levels we had 80.67%, the international levels at 20.16%, and the local 20.17%.
From PAC survey, Kenya Rural Roads Authority KERA emerged as the top institution. However, from Kenyans' perception, they noticed the most improved parastatal director, who is Mr. Philip Mainga, Kenya Railways. They have seen he has improved SGR mode of transport. He has changed face of SGR by introducing new seating arrangements. He has introduced the premium class coach with the promise of luxurious and comfortable train journey. Nairobi Embakasi stations include Donholm, Pipeline, Aviation, and Embakasi Village. Construction of new commuter stations is a reflection of KRA's commitment to enhance operational efficiency, leading to an increase in passenger numbers from the current 20,000 to 100,000.
Cases of female genital mutilation (FGM) in Narok County have reportedly decreased following sensitization efforts by gender stakeholders within the community to end the practice. Speaking during a women's workshop in Narok, the county leaders, along with several organizations, have stated that FGM has compromised education standards, leading many girls to drop out of school after undergoing the cut and choose marriage. The leaders have also urged parents to prioritize education by ensuring all school-going children complete the education system.
With the support of our women leaders who are being trained today by CBOs and CSOs, the problem and the spices that are being faced in the community will actually be minimized, because they are the one who are closer to the victims, like now especially victims of early marriages.
Tumekutanishwa na TASARU tuweze kusimama kama wanawake kupinga kabisa hali ya ukeketaji wa wasichana, na pia tumekuja hapa ili tufunzwe kama wanawake ama wakina mama jinsi ya kusimama na kutetea haki za watoto wetu na haki za wanawake, kupinga dhulma za wamama katika maeneo yetu, katika mashinani.
Hao vikundi ni wale wa mama ambao tunawaita survivors ama champions, ambao wameachana na mambo ya ukeketaji na wametafuta njia mbadala ya kulea familia zao na hata kuelimisha watoto wao, hasa watoto wa wasichana wamepata kufaidika kwenda shule, kwa sababu hao vikundi wametafuta njia nyingine ya mbadala. Ukeketaji katika kaunti yetu ya Narok imepungua kwa sababu ya hizi elimu ambayo tumewapea hao wamama.
It's very, very important that every gender is empowered so that we can meaningfully engage in a creation of wealth, so that this wealth can be used in actually building our society.
More than 600 boda operators, tuk-tuk and taxi drivers in Kilifi County have received grants in checks, car washing machines and water tanks from the National Government Affirmative Action Fund (NGAF) that will help uplift their standards of living. According to Kilifi County Woman Representative Gertrude Mbeyu, she said that the project aims to empower youths who are severely struggling financially due to high levels of unemployment.
Tapeana tangi za maji hizi ni kubwa sana, watamount katika hizo leba zao, waweze kuosha hizo pikipiki zao, gari za watu binafsi, watengeze pesa kutokana na mradi huu, machine na water tank. Wao waoshe pikipiki zao asubuhi, wafanye kazi, na huu mradi uwatilie pesa katika leba zao. Wako kwa groups, wengine wako na certificate tayari, so waanze mradi wao wa kujitafutia pesa wenyewe, ndio wa apply ni wape pesa zaidi kutoka kwa ofisi. So pesa zile za ofisi zinawahusu, na huu mradi is an IGA, waweze kujipatia pesa polepole.
Watapata cheki yao hii na wapate mashini yao na wapate water tank. Ikiwa ni mfano bora kabisa kuwa pesa za Mama Mbeyu za NGAF ni pesa za vijana wamama na ndugu zetu wanaishi na ulemavu.
Kupitia mradi huu wa Mheshimiwa Gertrude Mbeyu, ni mradi ambao leo hii unaweza kuempower mtoto wa kiume hapa Kilifi County. Na